What's up, gamers? My name is Max. This is the Hydroneer dev vlog for the 2.2 prospecting update. You've read the title by now. The new update is coming on April 14th. We're actually planning to put out this update in May to kind of go alongside the 3-year anniversary on May 8th, but we've decided to push it back a little bit earlier since we've been making great progress. Now, in the last video, I did show off quite a few things coming to the new update, but I still have some more things that I want to show off. These videos, of course, don't include everything that's coming in the update, so make sure you read the patch notes when the update lands so you can see everything in the game. We've been doing the closed beta now for a few weeks, and we've realized one little change that we needed to add into the game. Now we've got the dynamic crafting, which I showed off in the last video. Players need a way to actually be able to split the gems to be able to make rings and necklaces. Usually a lot of these players are using their gem compressors to fill up on all of their gems and then having these massive gems that need to split up into smaller ones. So with this update, we're adding in the gem chisel. It's kind of like a saw, but for gems. It's a way to split gems in half, so then you can use a small portion of it for a craft, especially if someone's requesting an item which requires a small gem, and then the rest can just be put back into the compressor. There's a lot of little changes like this that I'm going to be talking about later on in the video that we're adding into this update. But before I get to that, let's talk about ore veins. What prospecting update wouldn't be complete without ore vein? These are randomly generated locations in the map where once uncovered, they produce a certain type of resource. Of course, you're not going to get 100% of the resources if you are digging or drilling on these ore veins, but it'll be a lot more common to get this one type of resource from that area. This adds two interesting gameplay mechanics into the game. Firstly, the replayability. All these ore veins are randomly spawned across the entire world. Some dig sites might have more, some dig sites might have less. If you want a particular type of resource, then you'll have to go out and find it. Every time you start a new save, you'll get a random assortment of these ore veins that you have to find. So each playthrough will be different. But of course, how do you find these ore veins? There's two ways in finding them. The first way is using the prospecting helmet. We were originally going to make this an item that you hold in your hand, but we kind of realized that you want to use this in conjunction with maybe a pickaxe. So we've made it a helmet. It has two cogs that you can kind of see from your player's screen, and they start spinning and turning around when you start looking towards an ore vein. The closer you are, the closer they spin and make that noise. Once, of course, you've got quite a lot of prospecting guild tokens, then you'll be able to buy the prospecting vehicle. It has a spinning antenna on top that points to the nearest ore vein. Then you use the large probe to dig downwards to find out what kind of ore vein it has. Of course, when you hit that ore vein, you'll be able to see what type it is by the emitter that comes out of the top of the vehicle. With this update, if you're going from the previous version to the new version, you will still get all of these ore veins randomly appear in your build. Of course, if you've already uncovered parts of that dirt, then they won't actually spawn, but any of that new dirt that you're digging up will spawn these ore veins. In some previous videos, I did mention that there is a new progression system coming in the game. Obviously, it's going to be quite like what we saw in the farming update with the tasks, but this one's a little bit different. As well as the prospecting tasks to craft a certain type of sword or necklace or ring, there's going to be the King's Quest. Now, I don't want to spoil this too much, but when you go into the game, head over to Bastion Keep and talk to one of the guards outside the castle. It's a pretty simple quest system, quite like what we've seen in the farming update, but at the end of it, there's a pretty good reward that I'm going to keep secret for now. With this update, there's loads of bug fixes, changes, and optimizations as well. Some of these changes that I quite like are the escape menu, now pausing the game when you hit escape. We've rebalanced the spawning for a lot of items as well as the prices for crafting at the Masterwork Forge. We've got a few changes to some areas in the world. You may notice that the harbor now has a new store as well as it being a bit bigger. And Bastion Keep has changed as well. That's the castle next to where you spawn. There's a lot more changes as well to come, and you'll be finding out about those when the update goes live in the patch notes. When this update drops as well, there's going to be the biggest discount price ever for the game. So make sure if any of your friends are interested in buying it, that they pick themselves up a copy. And as always, if you are enjoying the game, please leave us a Steam review. It takes a moment of your time and it really, really does help us out. With this update launching, we definitely aren't done with Hydroneer yet. There's still lots more that we want to do to the game. And I hope you guys are really, really enjoying the updates we've put out so far and are looking forward to the updates coming in the future. There won't be a devlog for a while we're planning out the future of Hydroneer, but of course you can keep up to date with everything for Hydroneer over on our Twitter, our Discord, our Instagram, our TikTok, Reddit. I think I've got all of them. Is there any more? And I guess as well here on YouTube as well. Thanks for watching, everyone, and I will see you all in the future.